Yeah, so they call me two Sean's. Let's go. I don't know why they decided to record that, but it did. I am back again. In Theory at Theory BFF. Behind me, as you can see, turning on Amazon Prime is Nick Sparks at Nick Sparks with a Z, not an S. At home, pouring salt into his wounds and crying, and hopefully in a better mood. Chris Hopper at Hot BFF with two P's. I brought you news earlier about waiver wires and things. In that process, or since then, we had breaking news that Zeke's got granted temporary restraining order or TRO again for what seems like the umpteenth time. What does this mean? The NFL we'll see another court or we'll see another judge in 14 days when they're able to, which means that Zeke is going to play this week and next week. Um, as well, which means that if the suspension goes through, it will not take place until week 9, which means he will miss up through week 15 and come back. Uh, for most people, 95% of leagues is fantasy championship. Big question for a lot of Zeke owners out there is, do you take the risk? This still makes McFadden and Morris huge ads, especially for Zeke owners. If you're if you're like me and you picked up if you picked up Morris in a couple leagues, or say you picked up McFadden in a couple leagues, uh, go to that Zeke owner, send him a trade offer. Um, just you can probably get something for him. Don't it's not you can go either way when it comes to dropping him or keeping him. I'm going to keep Morris. I believe in both leagues, as there's really nothing else out there for me to pick back up. But as for right now, 2 weeks without Zeke. If you're a Zeke owner though, and you're a little nervous about this, make a move, because it looks like after this 14-day period, the NFL will make their next move, and we'll see what goes on after that. It's been a shitty fucking ride, and I hope they just put it to rest here. Um, as a non-Zeke owner, I really don't care what happens either way. I just would rather have the truth come out and just have it go from there. I don't want to keep seeing this back and forth bullshit. It's bad for the league. It's bad for the fans, not just the fans of the Cowboys and Zeke himself, but just for the fans of football. The fantasy football it is one of the major reasons why the NFL has really taken over the number one sports spot in America, above hockey, basketball, and even baseball, because of fantasy football, and not having one of your best players out there every week puts a huge damper on that. So if the NFL can get this shit figured out, whether give Zeke a suspension now, or wait till next year, just make a fucking ruling on it so we can get going. That was the top news of the day, as most of you guys would already know. There is some other news that broke during today, though, as brought to you by Roto World and other things, Superbot, for all your great news sites. So we're gonna kick off with some Robert Turbin news from the Colts. He is done for the year. This came via Adam Scheffner via Twitter. This is just paving the way for more Marlon Mack and a little more from Frank Gore. Uh, Chuck Pagano came out and said he wanted to use Marlon Mack more after last week. Obviously, that didn't happen. If you guys watched the game, you know well sure that didn't happen. And this is even with Mack, with a nice 21, 22-yard run to start the game in the first quarter. It just sucks to see. But as a fantasy owner, this is great. Bad for Robert Turbin. I hope you get better. I hope this doesn't come off as a douchey thing, but this finally gives us more clarity in this Colts backfield. Max should see more of the passing work and just overall be used more. Frank Gore will probably get the first crack at goal line carries. I don't think he's guaranteed the job, even if he struggles. I think if he comes out, he gets a couple of chances, doesn't get in, or even goes backwards or fumbles or anything like that, Mac would be given that shot. So just say you're going to have to wait and see with this. Mac should be owned in most leagues. He's a good bench spot. The Colts are not out of the playoffs. Luck could be out on the field in a couple weeks at the earliest, and I like Mac a lot more with him in there. Um, just the whole offense, the whole is going to be moving a lot better. Moving on to some sad kicker news. Redskins and kicker Dustin Hopkins, the true D Hopkins that used to play actual D Hopkins owners and things of that sort, sent him to IR. Looks to now they'll be leaning on 2016 undrafted free agent Nick Rose as their new kicker. Looks like they'll give him the first shot. If he struggles, you might see them start streaming kickers. I made a joke with this to Nick on our way over to the Hopper's house to record that you may actually start seeing actual NFL teams stream kickers with how bad a lot of them have been this year. Robert Aguayo will probably get on the field with some sort of a different team. Jason Myers, who just got cut, might be on a new team. Nick Folk, there's a lot of kickers. Randy Bullock. There's just a plethora of different things going on that could happen. And then we got a trio, or we got a duel of Titans news. You can really say trio. One of them really wasn't that much of news, but first of it is Mike Mularkey says that last night's timeshare between DeMarco Murray and Derrick Henry was a good model going forward. This is per Cameron Wolf via Twitter. This basically means their carries are going to become nearly 50-50. I personally think it's going to be a hot hand approach when it comes to for the actual carries. That one player will then see 95% of it, but it'll lean towards more of a 60-40 at that point. DeMarco Murray is still the better call here just because of his pass catching work isn't that safer floor, as Derrick Henry has never been really used as a pass catching back. But next piece of news kind of contradicts this just a little bit and kind of makes Murray more of a risk-reward play, is that he was dealing with a tight hamstring issue in last night's game. This has been going on for him all season. This was probably going to be a lingering issue that he's going to have to deal with for the majority, if not for the rest of the season, which then, like I said, will make him more of a risk-reward. And you may see more Derrick Henry used. And then in matchups like against Cleveland, where they could be up early, you can see more Derrick Henry just because the game could be out of hand. Murray might be safe for more of the pivotal matchups or the close matchups in the fourth quarter. Tennessee's offense still isn't quite there with all the injuries, especially Mariota, who didn't have a setback. That was the other piece of news. As we said on their podcast, Marcus Mariota threw exclusively from the pocket. That's where he played. He didn't run off, did his things that made him safe. But he saw the upside in him throwing out of the pocket, which is a good sign going forward. And once you get a healthy Corey Davis, once Decker is more comfortable in using this offense, Rashard Matthews has been a beast for the most part, and so has Delaney Walker. This could be a really good offense going forward, which makes a lot of people these flex plays. One more piece of news. It's a little bit minor. Panthers center Ryan Khalil is expected to play in Week 7. This is per Steve Reed via Twitter. This is just a really big boost to a very, very poor-looking running game. Jonathan Stewart's been just a complete non-factor since then. He got, -4 yards last week. Hopefully you guys didn't play him. It was a bad matchup anyways. And this will hopefully help Christian McCaffrey as well. Not a whole lot of news, though, just a couple pieces. I will be back again tomorrow, like I said, to do the starts and sits. I'm going out of town to visit family, to see the Vikings and Ravens, my two favorite teams, play on Sunday over the weekend. So I'll be back doing my version of the starts and sits. Hopefully I can live up to Nick's expectations and standards and such things, or hopefully be better than him if he struggled. Otherwise, you'll have him here on Thursday. He will be providing his own version of anything can happen Thursday. He's still thinking about what he wants to do for it. Hopper is going out of town Friday for a concert, so DFS may come late Friday night or early Saturday morning. Nick will be back again Saturday to do his ins and outs as the injuries keep piling up and players keep coming back and either are really questionable and things like that, then obviously all the Patriots bullshit that we tend to get every week. He will give you his insight on who he thinks will play and not play. Again, that's all I got today. Please, again, like and subscribe. Follow us on YouTube, on Twitter, on Facebook, Instagram, which I'll do. I'll try to be a lot more active next year once I'm more comfortable with everything in line that's going on here. Like and subscribe on YouTube, on iTunes, anything that you guys use to download the actual podcast. Let us know how we're doing. Let us know any changes you think we should make. Let us know if we're doing really well and things like that, so we know what we want to do, what we want to give to you guys going forward. Again, I'm Dan Theory at Theory BFF. I'll see you guys again tomorrow, and then, yeah, peace.